So chapter 7, part C, and today is July the 7th, right? And 2007, also one of the best basket player, right? Tony Parker, he's getting married, right? And I forgot the name of the girl, right? And he's getting married today, right? And so the question number 14, chapter 7, and we go to the question number 14. It says, who owns the common property of Strata Corporation? Just like when you buy a unit, right? And you are a fee simple owner in the property. But who owns the common property? It's the legal authority. It's number third. Legal authority. Okay? And then we go to the question number, which is the third. We go to the question number 18. Again the same thing, right? A strata plan is. What strata plan? Remember I told you? So you make a plan, we're going to build a 400 stories, right? And that property, we're going to designate which are the units and which is the common area. So it's number 1. So that becomes a plan once it's filed in the land title. Okay? And then we go to the question number 21. Which of the following best describe the strata corporation? So strata council, strata corporations, if we go to the number 1, it says the individual strata owners collectively, once the strata plan has deposited at the land title office. Same kind of questions again, right? So you make a plan and the strata owners collectively means, so that plan once we deposit in the land title office, it becomes a strata corporation. Okay? So it's number 1. And then we go to the question number, from there we go to question number 6. And before we do this one, so we go to the back in the handout. In your handout where it says conversion to strata development. Right? Conversion to strata development. So basically means when we convert the rental buildings to a condominium. So we have a rental building, we want to convert it into the condominiums. So what do we need to do? So we have so what we need to do, number 1, municipal council approval needed, right? So municipal council needs to approve. Must comply Residential Tenancy Act, approving authority must consider. Excuse me. Number 1, priority of rental accommodation over privately owned houses in the area. So the municipal council will look into this thing, right? Is there any demand of the rental property in that area? If there's a demand, they will say okay. Number 1, they're going to look at the demand. Number 2, life expectancy. So how long the building is going to last. If the building is too old, so they will not allow you to do it. So the age of the building. So number 2, you can highlight age or life. Third, any proposal for relocating person presently occupying the building. Means those tenants who are already living there, you can't evict them. You have to give them a proposal that if you move, we'll pay you $500 allowance or whatever, right? So you can propose them, you can't evict them. So 3 things to remember. Number 1, rental demand. Number 2, age. And then number 3, proposal. So now we can go to the question number 6. It says in BC, before approving a conversion of rental building. So highlight the word conversion. Building to condominium, the approving authority must consider a number of factors. Which of the following is not a mandatory? So highlight not. So which of the following is not? It means we have to find which is not, like the number 1, a fee simple interest only. Number 2, a joint tenancy with all of other strata lot owners. Number 3, I'm reading the wrong one. Number 1, priority of rental accommodation. That's true, right? Number 2, proposal to relocate. That's also true, highlight. Third, life expectancy, mean age. That's also true. Number 4, potential increase in real property tax revenue. That has nothing to do. So you remember the first 3 one, right? Rental demand, proposal, and life expectancy. Then we go from there to question number 17. From 6 to 17. If we go there, When converting an existing building to a strata development, what do we need to look? Number one, existing tenant must be relocated. So highlight must. Must makes it a wrong. You give them a proposal. Number two, the age and condition is irrelevant. Irrelevant makes it a wrong. It should be relevant. Third, developer must pay the existing tenant moving expenses. So must makes it a wrong. May pay, right? So must makes it wrong. So he can make a proposal, right? So it's none of the above. So answer is 4. And then we go from there to question number 22. So Ron, a developer, wanted to convert a 15 unit 3-story apartment. So highlight 15 unit 3-story. He owned into a condominium. In order to realize a greater profit on the sale of condo units than he would if he sold the building as a single entity, which of the following factors would the municipal council not be required? So I'll not. So we have to find false again. Number one, the fact that construction of a large shopping mall 4 blocks from the building had caused land values to rise to an extent where it was, it's not is, where it was no longer economical to maintain the property as a small apartment. So there's a development happening 4 blocks away. 4 blocks is too far. Number two, the fact that there was a relative high rental vacancy. So high rental vacancy. That's true. But we have to find the false. Third, the fact that Ron had promised as part of a conversion proposal, highlight proposal, to make a voluntary payment of $500 to each tenant. So highlight voluntary payment. So that's true. So he is proposing $500 voluntarily to all the tenants to move to a different location. So that's true. And the fourth, the fact that building had a limited life expectancy. So highlight life expectancy. So that's also true. So which one is false is number 1. So you need to remember 3 facts. Is the rental demand right? Age and the proposal. And then we are done for this part.